Well, welcome to Sioux Online on TV. I'm Heidi Ivany, and today I am so excited to be in studio with these four dynamic, snazzy women who just distinguished themselves in Toronto in a sport that has traditionally not been accepted as a mainstream sort of option. So, Paula, the founder of Pole Grrls Dance Fitness, tell me a little bit about your decision and the timeline to take it mainstream, and how have you watched it grow?
So I started personally pole dancing about 10 years ago, and I moved back to the Sioux about 6 years ago and started Pole Grrls Dance Fitness on Queen Street. You know where we are.
Yes,
yeah?
I do.
So I realized that with any type of dance, you can incorporate it into pole. So it doesn't always have to have the stigma of, sensual or sexual dance, which has been great, to make other people aware of that as well. You can incorporate anything, hip hop, ballet, theatrical, lyrical styles, anything you want into pole. It doesn't always have to have that stigma. And so I've spent the last 6 years teaching pole to not only adults but as well as children. With children, obviously, I don't teach the more sensual moves because that wouldn't be appropriate. But but kids love it. They feel like they're at a playground, and unless an adult says to them, "Oh, that's a." Can I say that? Stripper pole. Children would not even get that in their mind. They just call it a spinny pole or a pole.
Right.
And so I love that. I love when moms bring their children in and pole together, because it is a sport that you certainly can do with your child. And again, as long as that stigma isn't attached to the children. But as for adults, all the classes are geared to the individual's ability and level, and they're all private. My studio is not like a traditional large center studio. It's small, but in that aspect, I've been able to keep it quite private, quite personal for the lessons.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And so I think that probably, when you're working with people who are new to the sport, the idea of privacy is probably important until people find their presentation style, I guess, if you want to call it, till they engage their inner goddess. All right.
Yeah, there's quite a difference from when the first time they walk into the studio to, a couple months later when they're feeling very strong, very empowered, and very confident in themselves, because I've found that with pole dancing, it does help with confidence, self-esteem, strength, flexibility, just your mental ability, because it's very physics-based, even though you wouldn't think so.
Right.
But there are so many health and mental benefits to it. I love it.
Now, talking in terms of how it is becoming more mainstream, you, the team, recently attended in Toronto a competition. So this is way bigger than what I was aware of. Certainly, I did host some pole dancing parties in my home when there was a portable pole, and everybody, drank wine and danced. But anyway, I do have the other members of the team. So, of course, again, we have Paula, we have Erin, we have MJ, Marie-Josée, and we have Susan. So, ladies, tell me about the experience and how you distinguished yourselves.
I found it really helped me to push my boundaries. I had never competed with pole before, and so I was pretty nervous, and to go up on stage and be in front of people. So to do that and to do it in a really supportive environment, I found it was a great experience, and I want to try it again.
Wow, awesome. Okay, and so did you win a medal, or is there a prize? Like what happens?
No, I didn't win a medal, but everybody else did.
Okay, but personal victory
but
still
yeah,
counts.
It was a huge personal victory, and I think it has made me a better pole dancer for sure to have that experience and the feedback.
And
too.
I think I'd heard you say earlier you look forward to going again and doing it again. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'd like to try it again.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. Yeah. What about your experience, MJ?
I'm not sure how in depth you want me to get. What's kind of like? Do you want to know like how I got into it, and then what PSO was like for me.
I guess so. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. Yeah.
Okay, so I got into pole dance when I lived in Barrie, when in about, I think I was 19, and I was in eating disorder treatment, and I had just put on 40 pounds because I had to, and basically the response was, okay, now you're getting heavy, so what sport do you want to take? And I was like, I don't want to do anything but dance. And pole is what I always wanted to do. So I started it, and it basically became, quote unquote journey of me feeling more comfortable in my body and kind of accepting the weight gain, which was very traumatic. Putting on 40 pounds in 3 months is a lot of weight. So it's pretty traumatic in that way. But through my Grrls down south, I became more confident, and then I started leaning into what we call exotic style, and that's like with heels and stuff, and I had a lot of fun exploring that, and that brought me a whole new level of kind of confidence in conquering the world that I'm navigating. Now with PSO this time, I've been on the stage before. This was my third PSO stage. So I competed in dramatic and in low flow, and I came home with a bronze in dramatic and a silver in low flow. And for me, thank you, it was very important to me to, like with my dramatic, I was trying to tell a story about mental health, and I felt like I communicated that, and I actually ended up feeling a lot of peace after I got off stage. And then with my low flow routine, I just wanted to have fun, and I felt like I had a great time, and I loved getting to share that world with these girls as well, right? Like, it's not to act like it. I am in no way more experienced or superior or anything like that. They just hadn't seen the stage. So it felt really honoring to be able to be the one that introduced them to the stage.
Such a big help.
I felt like they asked me all the questions, and it felt good to feel like I had the answers. But PSO specifically is just such a heartwarming space full of all types of people. You've got men, women, you've got genderqueer folk, you've got folks all over the world, like all over Canada. And
tell them what PSO stands for.
Oh, okay. So PSO stands for Pole Sport Organization. They're actually an international organization, and they have competitions around all of the world. In Canada, we have Canada East, which is Toronto, and Canada West, which is in Vancouver, I believe. But people all over Canada will travel to those events and compete, and their whole thing is giving everybody a moment on stage. Sure, it costs you a pretty penny, but it's fun. So yeah, that's enough blabbing from me.
Enough blabbing. So Susan also, a very distinguished performer in her own right. Tell us about your experience, Susan.
Well, I'm not sure I can top MJ, but I'm going to try. But I think the first thing I'd like to say is I am absolutely honored to pole with these girls. I don't deserve to be with this group.
No, I absolutely do. You absolutely do.
But I really enjoyed my experience. I was grateful to volunteer with PSO for the first day and got to know a lot of the people involved in organizing it, and I took it very seriously. And I did my routine in memory of my husband, and it was about grieving and resilience, and it was very healing. I would highly recommend this sport. It's a very high form of athleticism. I'm learning every day. It's just a wonderful opportunity to connect with people that want to empower themselves, and just be part of a community that's really inspiring and full of kindness and inclusivity, and just really a sport that you can just keep learning and keep topping, and I mean, I was fortunate to be able to see all their performances because of the volunteering, and Paula was just unbelievable. I mean, it would just take your breath away to see her dance, and what she's taught us all Erin is absolutely incredible. She has her own style. And there are different categories and levels and ages. So
Sure.
I dance with Erin, and like Paula teaches the two of us, and I mean, it's just incredible when Paula will do a move and then Erin will just, boom, she's got it. And I feel so honored to be with them, because that's how someone learns, is you learn
Right.
from people that are better than you. And I was just very, very fortunate. I had an injury just barely the week of the competition, and I lost about 50% of the strength in my one arm.
Wow.
It was actually it was in some ways a blessing, because my routine was about grieving and resilience, and I could have never done it if it wasn't for these three girls. I just speaking with them and just the encouragement. I remember talking to Erin, and she said, you've got to give it a rest and just let it be. And these are very skilled girls I'm standing here with. Erin is actually a life coach and a massage therapist, and one of the best in the city. And Paula is such a wonderful person that motivates people and is inspiring, and is just a natural teacher. And MJ has so much talent, and she has an incredible style. How she dances in those 6-inch heels and makes her own costumes, and very graciously helped me with my choreography. I am just very, very blessed to be part of this group, and I look forward to doing more competitions, and hopefully Erin and I won't run out of gas on our way back from Toronto and have to, with not even a kilometer left to get back to the gas station. And she bought a lottery ticket, so keep your fingers crossed. Okay, I hope I could.
So, no, I think that's amazing. And like I said, to be able to speak with such an empowered group of women who are putting forward this message of inclusion, of helping people to kind of connect with what's important inside of them and how they wish to communicate. Let's talk really quickly about the business component. So, are you accepting new clients?
Oh, always, yes. Yep. I work around other...
Heidi's taking the poll!
We'd love to have you.
Yes. Join the family.
Absolutely.
We're actually having a party on Friday. I know you like parties.
Halloween party, costume.
pole party.
Pole party.
Okay.
But yes, I am always accepting new clients. It is by appointment only, so I work around everyone's schedule. I know everyone's busy and has lives, so I try and do my best to get the day and time that everybody wants. And should I plug my number? Or?
Yeah, what's the best way for people to contact
Yeah, so
you?
just text message me at 705-297-5107.
Okay.
And my name's Paula. And just throw me a text and we can start chatting from there.
Okay, and as always, I will be writing up like an article, so I will include your phone number with your permission. I'll join the Facebook group so I can get some pictures. And if any of you want to share even snippets of your performance, I would be delighted to share that with our audience as well.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for watching. I am Heidi Ivany, and we are Sue Online on TV.